What's good, everybody? This is the second part of the Ed Blair podcast. Today, we got one of Kalamazoo's coldest MCs on the show, now residing in Houston, Texas. This man has been all around the world and had a lot of opportunities that most unsigned artists never see. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the founder of The Famous People, Natra, on the show.
What's up, my guy? What is going on, my guy?
Not too much, man. Just staying out of trouble, doing my music, podcast, and, trying to run the Varsity Squad Collective as well. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate the platform, and you know what I'm saying. It don't go unnoticed, my G.
I appreciate you for coming on, man, and it's an honor. So let's get right to it, man. You was born and raised in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Then you relocated to Houston, Texas. What was your experience growing up in KZoo like, and how was the transition to Houston?
Man, I will say one thing about it, man. Like, what a lot of people don't know is, like, my dad founded KZoo hip hop. To me, it's arguable, and I argue it with a lot of points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, as a single-digit kid growing up on 1125 Jefferson, which is what you see in the backdrop as well, that album I dropped, 1125 Jefferson, go stream that. My dad, man, we had a $50,000 studio in the late 80s in Kalamazoo, right? You got Madhouse, Inmates, King Crush, Prince T, DJ Def Jam. That was all founded by my dad. So as a young kid, not even 10 yet, my dad took our garage and converted it into a $50,000 lab, bro. I don't know if you ever seen me post that picture where I'm standing by that reel. And my sister on the piano. Like, it was crazy. I'm talking 88, bro, 80, 89. 50 racks for the studio.
You gonna have to.
My dad throwing parties at the Douglas. You know what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say I started out with hip hop early.
Okay.
KZoo hip hop, period. Forget hip hop. Local hip hop, right? Watching my dad do the local grind, funding artists and putting up capital for artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me take to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the transition was just easy because I wanted to do it at a high level, but I never did music locally in Kalamazoo. I literally left to go do music in Minnesota. Okay. I didn't even know how to count bars yet. I had never been in the lab. I didn't have no music. Like, I just knew I could rap. And then when my homie said, "Hey, bro, you should come to Minnesota and get down with us," and that was the transition.
Okay. And then when you got what would you say the difference between being an unsigned artist trying to come up in KZoo is compared to trying to be an upcoming artist in Houston, Texas? Like, what's the difference between the grinds there?
Well, now fast forward to 2020, if I lived in Kalamazoo, I think it would be more efficient, because then it's all about outside of, you can live in Kalamazoo and travel and get network. You know what I'm saying? You can increase your network by that way. You know what I'm saying? But the cost of living is way smaller. See, in Houston, you gotta pay for living, which is not bad for a city of this big. You know what I'm saying? But small town it's a catch-22. Your resources might not be there like a big city, but it's more, it's cheaper to live on a day-to-day to be able to fund the music, right? So it's a catch-22. But what I will say is, you gotta get up and go. Oh yeah. Because me being in Houston, I still get up and go. Seattle, LA, every city in Texas. You know what I'm saying? I still get, because Houston scene is it's not geared to what I'm getting, right? Mm-hmm. So you go to like the underground scene in Austin, Texas, they take into it. It's backpack music. You know what I'm saying? Which I still love and still love to create. You know what I'm saying? So it's just small town. You gotta go abroad. You gotta move around. Yeah. Big cities, you gotta tap into what works for you, and it might not be in that big city still.
That's good that you shared that, because a lot of people, they get this idea in their head of what's popular in different areas, and they're like, okay, I feel like I need to be here because then I'll blow up and this and the third, and So it's good to hear you say that and put it out there like that, because now, the listeners and the viewers get a true idea from somebody that actually did it and, what it took for him. Now, what was the reception like when you started performing and getting your music out in H-Town?
I mean, I kill shit. I leave them no choice. I mean, that's just as clear as I could put it, man. I leave them no choice, man. But I go where I know I'm going to be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, starting out, I would do certain venues and it was like, why am I even here? Yeah. They're not even trying to get on this vibration. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then another cat will come up behind me with straight foolishness and it go up.
It's the greatest shit ever.
Right? And that's when I'm like, oh, you got to tap into where you appreciate it. And that's when it's like, when you come, man, it's gratitude that you came. You got to go like Cheer say, man, you want to go where everybody knows you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to go where I'm appreciated, man. So the Houston scene initially, it's like, it's respected. It was respected, but it just wasn't understood because nobody, reality is harsh. If I'm kicking shit reality wise, ain't too many people want to hear that. Everybody that's turning up ain't happy. A lot of them fighting demons, and it's easy to escape reality by popping pills, lean, turning up. Everybody you see that's turning up is not happy, my guy. I promise you.
No, and you can see it in their face. The eyes never lie. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. So, like,
that's why they go all night and gotta go soon as they wake up. Gotta get right back to that escape.
Exactly. So I see you do a lot of business with Glove State. What's your affiliation with Aaron White? And was he a key factor to your career as an artist?
Man, A. White, that's my cousin, man, actually. We actually blood cousins. But we was homies before we was blood cousins. But the whole Glove State thing was, man, my cuddy just putting something together, man, that was just quality, man, and there's something we could stand on. And I was just like, I started out as a consumer. Supporting my, I'm not the guy that's going to hit you and say, hey, fam, I see you got that merch out. Let me get one. I'm buying it like a person that I don't know you. I'm going to buy it like we never met, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's how I used to cop A. White. I used to cop Glove State gear like I didn't even know A. White. He'd just look up and see an order from me. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then it turned into him just sending me merch because, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to go cross country with it. And I'm certified, bona fide, qualified to wear it.
That's what's up, man. And for those who don't know, Kalamazoo, Michigan is a very small city. Pretty much all of us related. It's hard to date in our hometown. But shout out to Aaron, man. He is a cool guy. I met him back in 2014. I did a photo shoot with him, and then a lot of those pictures I've been using for later projects soon after.
Yeah, solid guy, man. Dope brand too, man.
Yep, I bought some merch from him too. I got some Glove State t-shirts and a couple snapbacks as well. So yeah, definitely support that.
Yeah, for sure.
So as far as underground projects that may not be available online anymore, how many mixtapes would you say you've put out since day one up until now?
You saying before streaming or streaming era?
Like from day one up until this point, like how many projects, mixtapes would you say you got?
Man, I got Cityology 2005. I got When in Rome. That was not too far after. And then, you got the Tabs, which wasn't technically albums, but the album or mixtape, I don't care what they want to, rate it as, but you got Keep My Tab Open, Put It On My Tab. No, you got Start My Tab, Put It On My Tab, Keep My Tab Open. You got If It Was Up to Y'all. I got If It Was Up to Y'all 2 already done. Just ain't dropped yet.
Okay.
That's it, man. That's pretty much it as far as that you can stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I remember you performed at South by Southwest. And did a vlog to it while you were there. You had the Famous People merch, and then you got to put on for your city. What was the first time rocking South by Southwest like? And then tell me about that whole experience.
Man, man, the first time rocking South by Southwest, man, was actually super dope because one thing about South by Southwest, if you ain't tapped in, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. Like everything, you're going to pay on the sleeve. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you do your networking and, you might have something to offer for them, that's when it gets, invites to the Google playlist parties and all the stuff it ain't going to cost you. So the first time I went, I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth because I don't pay for it. I'm willing to pay for opportunity, but it got to be something where I know if I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to see a return.
Right.
Whether it be monetary or whether it be opportunity-wise. But I'm not finna just give you some money to give you some money, right?
Facts.
I'm not giving you $300 to perform at your venue and nobody's going to be there that's worthy, right? That's just a show, right? Did 1 million of those already. So I think South by Southwest was just crazy because as I kept doing it, that's when I got, my networking and now I look up, I'm on a stage, I'm at this brunch. I got like this South by Southwest, they got canceled. We was finna go crazy. Itinerary was full.
I was sad about that. It was actually going to be my first one.
Full, man. But one thing I will say, man, South by Southwest, the real networking goes down through the week. The weekend is just a party.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's only a 2.5 hour drive for me. So it ain't really everything is a reward. It's really low risk to just go and network and, vlog it. But this, I was salty about this last one because this was going to be my best South by Southwest thus far.
Yeah, I was ready to turn up too, man. It was going to be my first one. We were supposed to link. I think we was talking about doing your podcast while I was there.
Yeah, we definitely was going. And what's crazy is, man, we would have definitely pulled that off, man. Damn, you just hurt my heart, man, thinking about what could have been, man.
Hey, but I can still come. It ain't no.
Oh yeah, we gonna make. Hey, man, the podcast is still on the way, man. The outspoken crowd, man. I'm definitely gonna return the favor, neighbor.
Oh yeah. Well, where did you get the name The Famous People? And then are you the only artist on that independent label?
Yeah, man. So my childhood, well, not childhood, but when I moved to Minnesota, I ended up meeting a person through my childhood friend, and his name was Famous Franklin.
Oh, okay.
And we ended up doing music together and really looked out for me, man. I'm a newcomer to Minneapolis, man, and he took me in. He was older than me. He took me in, man, and really made it to where, man, I could focus on music and told his mom, Mom, we finna have this dude can rap, can he live with us? Pretty much. That's what my homie went to his mom and said. They had this big house in the suburbs. So it was just damn, I can chill here and we finna make music. And we were still kids. I was still 21. Okay. And it just took it to that level to where hit the crown. It just took it to that level to where, man, he looked out for me so much. And then fast forward, when I moved to Houston, he ended up getting shot. And then he ended up passing away. But before I even thought of The Famous People, because his government name is Famous Franklin. But before I even thought of The Famous People, I just told him, I stood over his bed. I don't even know if he could hear me. And I just told him, my guy, I'm going to keep it going. I don't know how, but I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to drop an album every year because he was one of my biggest. That boy spit some Natra shit front to back, for real. That's for real. And I just told him I'm going to keep it going. And then one day in traffic, man, I just came up with The Famous People. And then had A White designed the logo. Shot the logo to shot the idea. I just drew a TFP and A White took it to what it is now. And The Famous People. And it's not a label. I'm the only. That's why I like everybody to partake in the merch and the lifestyle because it's not a label. It's a lifestyle. For my dog. You know what I'm saying? We famous.
Well, R.I.P. The Famous, man. So
yes,
I recall you saying you were offered a few deals from major labels in the past. What was the meetings like, and then what were they offering you?
Hey, man, woke up on a Friday morning or a Wednesday morning or some shit like that, man. Booked a session at Barron Studios in Houston, Texas. Left that studio to Bush Airport. Landed in New York. Meetings with Rock Nation the next day. Meetings with Atlantic as well. And all of that showed me I'm not label material. I'm just not. I'm in the 30th. I'm on the 35th, 40th floor in Tata's office, sitting with Lenny S. I'm looking at pictures of Beyonce on the wall, and it smelled like $1 billion in there. No BS. Like, bro, I don't know what they using in there for the fragrance, but it's some rich
Smell like
shit.
money, huh?
I'm looking at pictures of Rihanna. You know, Tata's Jay's right here, man. Yeah. That's when Rock Nation had just moved into that building and was under construction. And we was in there for the longest, bro. Really, they'd play your shit, bro, and turn it off, and you would be in there 10 minutes. Yeah, we was in there 2-3 hours, bro. They wanted to hear some shit. Yeah, we was going crazy. I'm looking at New Jersey from New York. That's how high we was up. Oh, wow. So, but it showed me that, man, labels, you got to get like 8-9 nods, man. If it was up to Lenny S, I would have been signed to Rock Nation that day. But you got to get like 9 nods, man. They let interns, they play music, they play demo tapes in the office to see how the interns react to it. If the interns don't react to it, they don't really pay it no mind. So in some instances, an intern determines if your demo makes it to the next in charge. An intern. The one that's a person that just may be good at fulfilling tasks, not necessarily a musical ear. Right. They got the person. And so I'm seeing all of this. I'm seeing all of this in there, and it's just showing me like, man, like I see why these artists lose their mind. Yeah. It's because they trying to please people that don't. You know what I'm saying? And I never went back. He told me I need to make fun music, come back in a month or 2. I never called Lenny S again. Next time I seen Lenny S, we was in Tacoma, Washington, backstage at one of my people's venue. And I told him, man, you see how I'm in the same room with you? We laughed about it. Yeah. I mean, some things is out of their control. I mean, you might come across some real ones here and there, no matter what field you in, but some things are just out of their control. I mean, like that's you said, a fact. He wanted you, but he had to get that approval from the other people. That's a fact. But one thing I knew then was I just got to do me, because I'm never gonna change the music. That's right. I make fun music when I feel like it. I don't set out to make fun music. Like, it's all based on what production I'm presented. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it off the love and it's something that you really love to do and are passionate about, of course you're gonna stick to what you love and what's coming from your heart. But if it's just something you're just trying to make a quick buck off of and you just want the instant fame, then most people, they change with the tide every time and they just make microwave hits. Oh, let me share one thing about that story too as well. Back then when we took them meetings with Rock Nation in Atlantic, I had an investor, right? Mm-hmm. I had a good friend / investor. So when we set out to do the deal, which was, if people do their research, it was EGENT, right? Entertainment, EGE Entertainment, right? A lot of people thought I was an artist signed to that label, right? So i.e. EGENT / Rock Nation, right? We walk in there, we get a deal, but I would have been signed to EGENT through, right? All that bullshit. Yeah. So me being savvy, I knew that sweat equity allows me partnership percentage. So that's when I presented to my investor / friend, hey, I can't sign to your label. I got to be a 50-50 partner, right? Well, how do you become a 50-50 partner without putting up capital? Sweat equity. Me writing music, me having to leave my family to go record music, me having to leave my family to go perform music, me having to leave my family to go promote music, me having to interrupt my life to create what we are making money off of. That makes you a sweat equity owner. And me, I just said they got to make me 50%. So back then, when we was taking the meetings with Rock Nation in Atlantic and people thought I was signed to somebody, I literally was signed to a label that I own 50% of. And that right there, my ladies and gentlemen, that was a gem. So sweat equity. Sweat equity. Don't ever think you can't own some partnership because you're not putting up capital. You might have capital in your brain. You got $1 million worth of game in your brain that you can turn into revenue. Why can't I be a partner? You just got money. You ain't got no ideas. I got the ideas, no money. It sounds like a beautiful marriage. Sweat equity. Young artists, they need to learn that. Don't ever let your investor sign you thinking that you can't say, man, I got to be some type of owner, sweat equity. Because guess what? You got to record, write, perform. You got to tap dance. Exactly. That should make you an owner.
No lies. All right. So you kind of answered this next question, but I'm going to ask it in a different way. So when you was taking your meetings with Roc Nation and Atlantic, did you offer any counter deals with them to try and get them to, work with you on your terms? Or was it just strictly just, all right, we in a meeting playing music, I need these head nods?
Man, the first thing they even mentioned when we got back to Houston, let me know I had no leverage. None. 50,000, pretty much a recording budget that you're not gonna own no publishing on. You ain't gonna own your royalties, your residuals.
This was both labels?
No, Atlantic, we never really got to like like any real hardcore decisions. You know what I'm saying? But Roc Nation, when we got back to Houston, it was 75,000 on the table. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm gonna do with $75,000?
Right, that's a yearly salary for some at a regular.
And it wasn't even we finna do this. We willing to offer you $75,000 right now. No, it was, man, get us a couple records, man, and we'll put that $75,000 on the table.
But you don't own nothing, and we're not gonna give you nothing up front.
Man, I would have looked good for 6 months, man.
Man,
y'all would have thought I was that nigga for 6 months.
And behind closed doors.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, damn, thanks for fucking me in the ass with no courtesy.
Oh, bro, I would have been, and then I wouldn't even be able to do music indie.
Because they own you.
Bro, I know a lot of dudes that shelved their Roc Nation. I brought Real Carter to Houston, Jay-Z's nephew. We did a workshop and just showed people how to go through aggregators and, sound exchange and how to get bread off your music. I brought him here. And we sat down and chopped it up. And it's just like, I'm like, man, how y'all got artists over there? Because I seen a couple of his artists that performed in South by Southwest at the Culture House. And not this one, of course, that got canceled, but the one before, which is where I met Real Carter at. And man, they got artists shelved over there. Shelved.
And they can't do shit.
But signed. Tax write-off. We gonna get our money back.
They gotta buy their way out their contract.
Come on, bro. I ain't seen him since. Real had him with him he's somewhere disgruntled. I guarantee you. Man.
All right, so I know you like the body track solo dolo. You rarely ever have features on a track or need features to complete a track. Is there any artist you would like to collab with and create either a single EP or maybe a joint album?
Man, that's crazy because on If It Was Up to Y'all too, I got a record with Jack Dawn.
Okay.
I got a record with Anagram. I got a record with Jugmaster. He out of Mississippi.
Okay.
I got a record with Ed Jen on there. We just chopped it up last week. Sent him something. Wait for them vocals to come back in. So it's like, it's crazy because I've always did features, but when I'm creating, I just be so locked in that I never even took the time. You know what I'm saying? But on this one, I just set out to say, man, who's some, because, and a lot of times I like to return the favor. You know what I'm saying? Like Anagram, I'm on Anagram album. So I sent him a record. Hey fam, let me return the favor. I'm on Jack Dawn new single that's gonna drop. I'm sure the pandemic slowed that down, but he got a single called Toast Up that I'm featuring on. So when I started doing If It Was Up to Y'all too, I sent him a record. Oh, I got Benny Blanco on there. I got production by Trey Collins out of Grand Rapids.
Okay.
So I've always kept it, tried to keep it as much as Michigan as possible, especially starting out. R.I.P. McVeigh. That was like one of my producers that I really just dealt with hard.
Oh yeah, he definitely has some shit. Now, shout out to Jen. I got a feature with him as well on my album. We got a track called Be Yourself. I don't know if you ever heard it, but definitely check that out.
No, I'm gonna check that out.
I definitely see you as a philosopher and a go-getter. Whenever we politic, you're always full of great insight. Who are some people that inspire you, and why do they inspire you?
Man, people that inspire me. I see it's layers. So it's like there's people that inspire me from afar, like people that I've never met. Then there's people that inspire me, you know, on a day-to-day basis, which is like my homies, man. I surround myself with homies, man, that we inspire each other. You know what I'm saying? We all doing something. We all got something for sale, right? Yeah. But if we just talking from a different vantage point, people that I've never come into contact with, I would have to say, you know, the Nipseys and the Jays of the world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to pick what I need from certain celebrities, right? I just don't hold celebrities at a, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to, but Nip, man, it was just like watching how he had pretty much Nip took his first deal, man, just to have some money to fight a case. You know what I'm saying? Right. Pretty much. Yeah. So it's like after that, it became really about the music, and he was always asking for too much per the label. Label feel like, man, we ain't giving you that. But he just kept grinding until he walked in Atlantic one day and said, hey, the leverage there. This is what I want. And Atlantic bowed out.
They turned him down before.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that inspired me, man. I'm just inspired by people going against the grain, man, off of belief. Not, oh, man, everybody wearing Nikes, I'm going to wear Adidas. But I really don't like Adidas, right? Yeah. I'm talking about going against the grain really because you just don't believe in what everybody is doing. So I was inspired by the Jays, the Nips, the LeBrons, man, because I try to give back as well, man. People know what I'm talking about. If you ever needed me and I looked out, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm inspired by pure, organic people, man.
Facts. So as a businessman, what would you say your biggest accomplishments are? And then what do you expect to see for the famous people in the next 5 to 10 years?
Man, as a businessman, it's crazy, man, because one thing that, like, you always see me hashtag learn life, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if nothing else, man, you got to know that before you can master anything, right?
Exactly.
And I always felt like me doing music as a kid was different than me doing music as a family man. I got a wife and 3 kids with 1 on the way. So that's 4, right? Mm-hmm. So I've always had to take care of the household and then do music, right?
Yeah.
So my thing was always, man, how can you do this at a high level? Everything was calculated. So instead of moving to the gated communities in Houston like most people do, which I'm not knocking, it's whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? But me, I sat back, was blessed to able to, you know, have people in my life that do certain things to where I can renovate a crib. I can buy a condemned house. I bought this house condemned. Right? Couldn't even live in it for the first 2 years.
Talk to him.
Right? I bought it condemned cash. Me and my wife and 2 kids at the time stayed in a 1-bedroom efficiency. You feel me? Mm-hmm. While I'm steady scratching, trying to get it rehab, right? Because I know I own it. I watched this crib sit for 2 years. It couldn't do me no good, right? But I knew that once I rehab it, move into it, we comfortable, I'm rent-free, mortgage-free. Man, do you know what that does for my revenue to where I can fund the music?
Mm-hmm. You ain't got to worry about a mortgage.
Right. Man, I've been rent-free, mortgage-free, bro, for going on almost 7-8 years. I own my cars. I just got another car where I pay a car note. Before that, man, I owned all my shit. Low overhead, making great money, right? A lot of people think it's all about how much money you can make, man. Nah, if you can make a decent amount and save it, man, you better off than the man that's making it and spending it. So as a businessman, every move I make is always for the greater good of my family, also for the greater good of my art, which is the music and the lifestyle.
And that was another gem. See, I'm glad we made this happen today. You dropping gems left and right.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't think like that, and you know.
Yes, sir.
When they hear this,
I mean, I could have easily went to Pearland, Katy, Texas, got that big crib in the gated communities. I mean, they beautiful. Mm-hmm. But to me, this is just me. A mortgage is just like a car note. Yeah. You stop paying it, they repo the car. You stop paying the mortgage, you can't pay the mortgage, they take the house.
And then it's back to square one.
So I always wanted to, you know, and like I say, I was able to have people in my life that do construction. Hey, fam, I need this for this. I can't give you this amount, but I can damn sure make you profitable to where you make some money off of it. I ain't asking for it for free, but you my mans. And remember, you told me if I needed a favor, here it is 5 years later, and I need that favor. And it was things like that. But it was always, I got to keep the overhead low because I got to invest in the music, and I can't neglect the family, right? And that's what it was.
I feel that. So back to the music. You worked with a lot of producers, as you stated. Do you have a favorite producer, and what producers have you worked with and have desires to work with?
Man, my favorite producers right now, man, like producers that I've never worked with or producers that I've worked with?
Well, both. Like, just name some you worked with and then some that you would like to work with.
Well, man, one of my favorite producers right now is Meezy Relly, producer out of Dallas. We just did that Hold On off his EP that he dropping featuring yours truly. Meezy Relly is dope. He produced your Wear Your Honor off 1125, Ball off Keep My Tab Open, Rated 99 off If It Was Up to Y'all. So it's like him. I love Tone Jones. I love Rick and Thaddeus. I love Dope Boy Productions. 6 Footer Production, my homie Moji, Marlon Gilbert. He be sending me some funk. I ain't got a chance to use nothing recently, man, but you know how this shit go. It's all about waves. But yeah, those right there, man. But I would love in the end of things, man, I would love to work with Heat Makers, DJ Premier, Pharrell, Dre. I don't think they ain't never had that Natra 16, man. Yeah. I still think I can rap better than all these industry niggas, man. Forgive me.
I mean, they not really rapping no more anyway. Now it's just about having like 1 to 2 minute songs that got a bop to it and a catchy melody.
Yeah. And I always tell people, man, I'm able to separate music. I'm able to compartmentalize music with times. When I'm cleaning my car, when I'm out in a lounge and I'm vibing, I want to hear Future and Gunna and Lil Baby. After that, it does me no good, right?
Yeah.
So I'm able to, because I used to be everything was trash. Like, that shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? I used to think Future was trash. I used to think, first time I heard Juvenile, I thought he was trash. First time I heard Cash Money, because I'm an East Coast baby. I grew up, my uncles, like I got uncles that's East and West. So all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? But as time grew, man, I was able to compartmentalize music with time, you know, what I'm doing, where I'm at.
Definitely. So in hip hop, you know, when you're an independent artist, there's always hardships that we come across. And I was just curious, what would you say some of yours have been? And have you had moments where you were let down within the industry?
Shit. Whew. Man, where do I start? It's like, man, like I say, I sat with Scarface, man, for 3 hours. Bumped into him while I was taking my wife out to a martini spot. Didn't even force the issue. Looked up, he's standing next to me. Hey, big homie, man, check out this music. Let him check the music out. First 60 seconds, I play Life 101, Keep My Tab Open. First 60 seconds, right hand to the man. He say, I got to get you under contract. Right hand to the man. Verbatim. No, I don't say cap, but no exaggerating.
Nah, damn, you dope, or like, this is hot.
No exaggerating. My wife was with me. I wish she was here. I'll bring her in the frame she was with me. She actually was getting upset because I looked up, I'm like, oh, baby, you got to take one for the team tonight. I done bumped into Brad Jordan, right? Mm-hmm. So, I got to get you on the contract. And I always tell him, I got to get my entertainment lawyer to look at it. If it makes sense, big homie, we'll work it out. That's what I told him. We sat there. We buying rounds. We going round for round. We still talking culture, art, music. Man, I'm sitting with Brad Jordan, bro. Scarface. I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Right? I'm sitting with the Brad Jordan at a time in my life where I can pop my shit, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what we doing. And I'm telling them, like, hey, as long as the paperwork right, my entertainment lawyer look at it and we good, I'm all for it. He say, well, look, I got to get you on the contract soon. And I'm sitting back like, this how they do niggas.
He was forcing your arm, huh?
Bro, thinking I'm thirsty, right? So I finally tell him, like, look, big homie, because he tell me, hey, no, man, see, this is why I don't tell a lot of these stories, because you know how it is, man. If they can't believe it, man, that it happened, they think you lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like he's an alien, like Daniel or Natra can't bump into Scarface, right? So that's why you didn't see no picture on Instagram or Facebook. I don't get into all that.
Yeah.
So we chopping it up, and I just tell him, look, my entertainment lawyer will look at it, and if it makes sense, we'll make it work. He say, well, I'm flying out tomorrow to Charlotte, North Carolina. He was on a DJ Quick tour. If you remember, Scarface and DJ Quick was doing a tour.
Uh-huh.
He say, I got to fly out tomorrow. You should come. You know what I told him, Ed Blair?
What'd you tell him?
Man, we got to get that paperwork right, big homie. This is Brad Jordan telling little old me, get on a flight with him tomorrow to Charlotte, North Carolina to go chill with him and build with him while he do a show with DJ Quick on a tour. And I told him that. The paperwork ain't right, big homie. I'm going to get with you when you get back. He goes, does his thing. He gets back. Mind you, I got an open line to Scarface now for it was like a good 3 weeks.
Okay.
We chopping up at least once a day. He picking up the phone saying, Natra, what's good? What's good, big homie? Woo, woo. Man, we going to get that paperwork worked out, man. I'm just having he swear up and down he was having his people draw up the paperwork every time I talk to him. Cool, I ain't Russian. I ain't from Russia. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Russian. Cool. I see that he had a show at Bell's in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
I remember that.
You remember that, right? So you know I ain't lying. I hit him. I say, big homie, you in my hometown. He say, because a lot of times they don't know their itinerary. They manager knows, right? And they manager get with them at the next meeting. Hey, we got this show, right? So he didn't know yet. So I called him when I talked to him. He said, yeah, I ain't even seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure if you've seen the flyer, then that's what it is. I said, yeah, I just seen the flyer. You at Bell's in Kalamazoo, Michigan on this day. I need to open up for that, big homie, period.
That would have made sense if he wanted you.
You know what I'm saying? He say, oh, you got to get with the promoters on that, nephew. I say, oh, you right. Give me a second. I'm going to hit you right back. Deleted his number out my phone as soon as we got off that call. Right hand to the man. Because guess what? You was trying to pay me back for not signing no contract with you. Yeah. Had I been signed to you, you would have took me. Pretty much what he was trying to do was get me signed and then walk me in somewhere. Because the same thing that a label won't take, if Ed Blair is up here and Ed Blair walks in with it, the same 4 songs that they played without Ed Blair, the label gonna vouch because the label fuck with Ed Blair.
Yeah, man, that's fucking.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, to answer your question, that's the answer. You gotta stay true to yourself at all times. All times. No matter what. I could have been on the flight the next day with Scarface. Pictures and all. People would have thought I was signed.
Yeah, but you had a vision for yourself, and you
know what we talking about? You talking to a grown man.
Yep.
When I was 21? Oh, we gone. I would have been on that flight and shit. If I was 21, when I was a young nigga, I would have been on that flight because it would have been the opportunity. It would have been in line with where I was at the time.
Right, but now as an older man with a family and a wife, it's kind of
business. Like, what we talking about?
Long term.
You know what I'm saying? So that's that.
So the year is 2013. You drop your single City Lights. Was that the start to Natra's career on a professional level?
Nah, it wasn't on a professional level because I had already did the Minnesota Timberwolves Target Center show, opened up for Jeezy, Fat Joe, Dipset, A-Ball, MJG, had a record with Jim Jones. But I will say that was my introduction to Kalamazoo and local. That's when people knew back home that I was really You know what I'm saying? The City Lights visuals. Shout out Mike Steves. He shot those. Shout out Chris Heiss. He did the production.
Shout out to
that
Steve.
really introduced the city to me. Because before, like I say, when I figured I was going to do music professionally, I left like the next 30 days.
Yeah.
So I never got the chance to be local in Kalamazoo.
Which might not be a bad thing.
It wasn't. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? At all. Because I've been more appreciated outside of Kalamazoo than, you know.
Yeah. I could say the same.
Of course. And it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. Now, 2015, the first album drops, I want to say, which was Put It On My Tab, or was that the second album?
Start My Tab. Start My Tab just ain't streaming. See, this is the thing with Start My Tab. I really don't want to make Start My Tab no money off Start My Tab because McVay don't get his splits. I really don't want to make no money off Start My Tab because I don't want to, like, for real. Start My Tab, I never told people this. Because all my stuff just re-ups on TuneCore. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you got to balance, I don't got to renew my albums. The balance is there from streaming, making money. It just auto-renews, right?
Yep.
Start My Tab, I actually didn't renew when it came down because McVay is like, I mean, he got a one-time fee for Start My Tab, but when he passed, I don't want to make no money off that.
Right.
And because I don't know who to delegate it to on his side. I've never met him. Right? We did thousands of dollars of business, but I never met him. Yeah. So I don't know where I would allocate Start My Tab to. Even though he produced a good percentage of Put It On My Tab, it wasn't the whole album. He produced all of Start My Tab. And that's just like the way I pay homage to people, man. Like, if you can't get no money off of it, God rest your soul, I won't get no money off of it, and we even.
Definitely. Well,
so it actually would Start My Tab.
That's definitely a nice code to live by for sure. So I big you on that. And RIP 808 McVay.
Yes, sir. One of the great, a real Kazoo legend. I don't know why they don't understand.
I don't know, man. Like, I met him in person. I had the privilege to meet him in person. He was super cool, down to earth, laid back.
Man, I'm jealous.
Yeah, he came to the crib, man. I bought a beat from him. He pulled up on me. I paid him, and we chopped it up for a little bit. And he was actually supposed to produce an EP for me, and then
yes, sir.
That's
Give
when
me
his
1 second.
Came.
Getting kind of sun going down in the H.
Got you. But yeah, he was supposed to produce an EP for me, but then his car accident happened, and so I got one beat from him. I haven't put nothing to it yet, but I definitely plan to soon.
Man, it's crazy, man, because he hit me one night and he said, "Damn, fam, that beat I'm supposed to get you, I can't get it because my auxiliary cord for my headphone, like the plug-in, snapped off." And I'm like, damn. And this is how I think, right? I say, well, shit, bro. Because at that time, he wasn't charging me for beats. I say, well, shit, man, we need to get you a new one. He say, well, shit, all right. And I say, dog, we need to get you a new one like now. He say, well, shit, what you want me to do? I say, man, go on Amazon and I'm going to give you a card number. He say, bro, you for real? I say, yeah, man, you my producer. You can't produce without no laptop. He say, bro, all right, cool. And we sat on the phone. He found one. I gave him the card number. But I never met him in my life. That's the vibe he had, bro. I gave him my card number to buy a laptop.
It's amazing to me that how we have relationships with people within the music industry that we never seen in our life. And then it's
never
like,
seen him.
Those relationships is like 10 times better than like people we see every day. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But on some real shit, man, whoever got that laptop, man, if you just feeling generous, inbox me, man, on Facebook, man, and I'll give you an address to send that to, man, because I would actually appreciate that, man. And I think McVay would want me to have that, man.
Definitely, man. So you dropped some singles and EPs after your first two albums dropped. Then you bounced back with 1125, which is the third album, I want to say, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so did you have...
No, that was actually start my tab, put it on my tab, keep my tab open. If it was up to y'all, 11:20, that's the 5th.
5th. Okay, so we on 5 now. Did you have the same team behind you on this album? And then what was the sentiment behind the album and the title?
Man, everything you see, shout out to my people that helped me. But as far as the creating process of the music, it's just me. It's just me from A to Z, man.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ed Buchanan. He had a good role, a good hand in, production. He always got a good hand in anything I do. But 11:25 was just that. If anything was an album, 11:25 was an album.
That's what's up.
Like that was an album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 11:25.
Some people do music to be a star. Some do it for wealth, to provide for themselves and others. What would you say your purpose is on your musical journey, and what are you seeking on your journey?
Man, my purpose on this musical journey, man, is to create art at a high level. Keep content available, keep merch available. And, I'm creating a soundtrack for my dog up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got to drop every year. That's why I can't compromise. You know what I'm saying? This is for my dog. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, man, money get made. I ain't never worried about making money off music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to come with it. Because I feel like what I create and put out to the consumers is going to get consumed. So I'm not tripping off, I got to blow up. I got to get... Nah, man, money get made. You know what I'm saying? These TFP hats, man, I dropped these, man. These was man, they were flying off the shelf. I was charging paper plane, Rock Nation paper plane prices.
Hey, I dig it, man. Like, when I first opened up my online store, I opened it twice. The first time was back in 2014. People wasn't really, like, rocking with it. You know, they was saying, like, oh, well, you only got one colorway. You ain't got this, you ain't got that. And then I wasn't selling.
How many colorways they have out?
None.
Right.
But so what I was doing was I was working for the banking call center at the time. And I was like, giving everybody free merch at work and stuff, trying to promote, the website and the merch. And everybody thought it was cool, but nobody was buying nothing. So then I just shut it down, and then I just was like, you know what? I'm going to just focus on just music. So then after a while, I just got tired of doing music. So I kind of took a brief retirement. And then when I came back to it, I realized the reception, and I was like, okay, maybe now that I'm in a better position in life, I'll reopen this store and add more merch in different colorways and try and sell more stuff. So I did that, but I charged the same thing like you would pay for like some Nip merch or some Jay-Z merch. And I hear all the time like, oh, well, everything on there is flying. Your website is dope, but I can't afford this. I can't afford that. If you do a discount or give me this for free, I'll rock it and da-da-da. And I'm like, nah.
Exactly.
I don't need that. But see, I show support to everybody. Like right now, I got the Zoo brand on. This is my boy, my producer, Big B. Brandon. I got his brand.
Me and you the same. Shout out this Black Buck Apparel. This the sponsor for my podcast.
Oh, see?
Yeah. Shout out Eric Evans. I'm finna go see him in a minute. Shout out Black Buck Apparel. Go shop that blackbuckapparel.com. That's for sure.
Yep, check that out. But I just feel like when you support others, man, it'll start to come back tenfold, for sure.
Yeah,
but
always, man.
To go back though, are you related to City Commissioner Stephanie Moore and also the Watch TMI?
Man, if they related to Lockett's and Robinsons, yes. Okay. Anybody in Kalamazoo that's related to a Lockett or a Robinson, you are officially a cousin of the kid that did. The KID that DID.
Because y'all had the same last name, so I had to ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it appears,
that's a fact.
They say greatness run in the family. So if y'all are blood related, would y'all ever come together and try and make, like the famous people like a family business and use it to like push each other's agendas to the next level? Like share connects and use them as advantages?
Yeah, man. One thing about me, man, I'm open for everything. And if anybody know anything about me, I will get on a flight to come sit down about anything that's progressive, period. Even if it's music, boys know I will get on a flight. I did it plenty of times. Shout out Skinny Boy. Shout out R.O.B. Buchanan. Man, we did God Bless the Fresh, the remix. I was always in support of everybody. So I don't care what you got going on. Clothes, merch, activism, it don't matter. If it's something of substance, the boy will get on a flight and come support.
That's what's up, man. And that's how I am too, man. Shout out to Skinny too. He produced a lot of heat for me. I got an EP with him coming. So I'm gonna congratulate you on the new baby. You know, how are you balancing being a known artist and being a father?
Man, I feel like one thing about it, when you really want to do something, man, you do it. I really want to be a father. I do it. I really want to create music and create art and create a lifestyle. So I do it. And it's just that simple. Like it's my fourth child. I remember before my first one, everybody kept telling me, man, you got to buy diapers, right? I remember going to the store and see how much diapers cost. And I'm like, well, yeah, it costs. But I thought you would think diapers is $1,000 a box the way people talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's something that I've signed up for. So I juggle it, man. I juggle it like a man that wants to get it done, man. I find time to write my music, you know, on the porch when I'm chilling. You know, any free time I got, I write. I write every day. Every day.
You never know where you'll find inspiration. So I do want to ask, I ask every artist that come on the podcast this question. Who are your top 5 MCs?
In order or just top 5?
It don't matter.
Cool, because that in order shit be killing me. It's hard. Top 5? Bang. Let's get it. Big. Pop. Nas. Jay-Z. I'm going to say Face, but even after my encounter with him on the business, I should wipe his ass out. But I'm gonna say Face. So Big, Pac, Nas, Jay,
and
Face.
Brother mine.
Face can easily get bumped out though by niggas like Nip, Common. Common Like Water for Chocolate, still top 10 albums of all time hip hop. So it's like, but just off the cuff, I'm gonna say Big, Pac, Jay, Nas, Face.
All right. So let's say Natra goes gold on all his projects at some point and has everything he could ever dream of as an artist. What would be the next step, and how would you plan to give back to your people?
I'm gonna rebuild KZoo.
I dig it.
Right? Overnight. I get $1 million right now, you would be able to go to Kalamazoo and see that somebody just got a big bag. Because it's simple, man. I don't understand, man. Back in my time in KZoo, man, we had Midnight League. You had, if you was younger, you had YBL. We had a lot of these things, man, that kept you, you know, away from things that's going to get you somewhere you don't want to be, right? Mind you, I got 3 cousins that's serving life for murder, right? Two murders that was committed in Kalamazoo, Michigan, right? That everybody know about. Mm-hmm. But I would create opportunity instantly because I know that that's all people need, man. You put a 24-hour fitness or LA Fitness smack dab in the middle of the North Side, bro. It's going to bring jobs. It's going to bring, you know what I'm saying? Not even it don't even got to be a 24-hour fitness. I'm going to just say the Douglas on steroids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Something. Rec center.
Come on, man. It's one. I live pretty much right outside of downtown Houston. I can get to the 3rd Ward in 5 minutes, and that's a predominantly Black opulent neighborhood. Mm-hmm. They got a whole free YMCA. It don't even cost. It ain't even a YMCA, but it's a YMCA level. Free.
We definitely need that. And
it's free. It got aquatics, hooping, workout, workshops, all of that shit for free.
And we got
you can go and enroll your whole family for free.
We definitely got the space.
We need that. We need some real upscale lounges. It don't take nothing but some money.
Oh yeah.
Right? So that's what I would do. That's why I always said you should want me to win. Rock Nation in Atlantic told me my following wasn't big enough. If the whole city got behind me, we would have got some deals and got a bag, and I could have showed people better than I tell them. They would have. You should want me to win. You should want guys like me and you to win. But if they never figure it out, then I just got to feast amongst myself.
Absolutely, man. So Houston got a lot of great MCs. Who would you say the top 10 Houston MCs are?
Top 10 Houston MCs, man, I'm going to say, being that I live in Houston, man, I'm going to say I'm number one. That's just me popping my shit.
That's only right.
But
that's only right.
Propane. Propane. I mean, I ain't gonna say Bun beat it. You know, he's a legend. But up and coming and people that's really making their mark in Houston, you got Propane. You got who else I like? Dante Higgins. Google him. Check him out on platforms. Dante Higgins. I mean, you said 10, man. I can't name 10 that I fuck with.
It's all
like,
good.
no bullshit. No bullshit. A lot of these niggas trash. Let's just be clear.
We can do 5.
But Propane, Dante Higgins, me, Eric Evans.
Last one.
Shield Jackson. What's that?
That's 5.
But there you have it.
All right, cool.
A lot of these niggas trash, Eric. A lot of these niggas trash, Ed. I'm telling you, they trash.
So, being down in Houston, you plan on getting you a slab anytime soon?
Never.
No.
One thing about me, man, the plate just say Texas. They know what it is.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Look, if it don't get no Michigan, they don't get no more Michigan than that. I'm still wearing retro Air Maxes, man.
Hey, I'm
never gonna get I love their culture though. I love their culture, but one thing about me, I can love something about something, but not partake in.
Definitely. So no horn.
The slabs is definitely dope. Like their culture is dope. First time I got down here was when Sitting Sideways, Mike Jones, Paul Wall, when Houston had their time. I literally got down here at the exact same time.
That's what's up.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. I got down here right when that dropped.
So no bullhorns on none of your rides.
I never wanted to be a Houston nigga, man. Never wanted to be a Houston nigga. If I ain't want to be a Detroit nigga growing up in Kalamazoo, I definitely don't want to be a Houston nigga.
I dig it, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you for coming on the show, fam. And I appreciate you for, always sharing information with me and always chopping it up. And is there anything you want to promote? And then where can our listeners find you on social media?
Man, first of all, I want to promote TFP stamps, of course. So what we doing is this fall, we got the Learn Life merch coming. So if you see this, say Black Man, Famous People, TFP. This was a couple seasons ago. But we got new colorways of the hats coming. Okay. This actually was a concept by my guy, Chris Parent.
Yeah, that's true.
He lived in Detroit. But it's something that we looking into. But for the most part, new merch coming, fall. You know what I'm saying? We got the joggers and the hoodie joints coming. It's going to be crazy. New music dropping. Honorably Famous EP presented by Meezy Relly dropping. If it was up to y'all too, dropping. Living While Black single dropping. I don't do Twitter. Instagram is going to be Natra, NATRA_THE, famous, spelled FAMIS, people spelled like people, PEOPLE. So Natra _the famous people. And that's it, man. Just stay tuned, man, because we creating big things. Outspoken In-Crowd podcast coming, which I'm going to have Ed Blair come on. You got to get on that bird, man, and come down here and rock with me so I can take you around and we can make it, you know what I'm saying? Make it a moment.
I'm down, man. Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. Merch coming, music coming. And I just encourage people, man, to stay true to themselves, man. Like I say, shout out Black Buck Apparel. Y'all go on blackbuckapparel.com. Shop with my boy Eric Evans. And I encourage a lot of artists in Kalamazoo. If me and you had a relationship before I left, tap in with me. There's avenues that you might could explore down here that I'm gonna take you around for $0 because I want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to use your catalog and your Rolodex, man, and your networking to help you out. That's how I got to where I got, and I feel like I've come a long way and got so far to go. But relationships took me far.
Absolutely, man. Can't argue that. I agree 1,000% with that. And for those watching and listening, definitely tap in. You're more than welcome to come back anytime, man. I look forward to chopping it up with you soon. And
yes, sir.
I wish you the best, man.
My guy, appreciate it, man. Dope platform. Y'all tap in with Ed Blair, man. Y'all start showing some respect, man, to the creators out this motherfucker.
Facts. All right.
Done deal, my guy.
All right. Take care, man.
One.